Hello guys, this is DarthPlacer67 and I'm here with my friend Curtis the SPAZ gamer. And
That's me.
today I'm gonna be interviewing him because it's been like I'm a big fan of his videos and I'm really interested to see like what he does and how he does it. So my first question for you is, how do you record your videos?
Oh, well, it depends on what we're doing. When we do Omegle, it's just with a webcam I mount right on my monitor. When we're doing the gaming, I record the screen with a program called Marillus Action, and again, myself and Spaz Kid with our webcams. We got a couple of Logitech C615 that we record with.
Nice, nice. Also, I see that you love AI chatbots, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah. So what do you think is the most demonic one?
Oh, the most screwed up one
Yeah,
clearly is
yeah,
SimSimi.
yeah,
SimSimi has serious issues. I mean, if SimSimi were to take on human form, he would need to be immediately castrated and taken out of society. There's no two ways about it. The most
yeah, yeah,
intelligent one is Mitsuku,
yeah. Um,
which sucks because she's way smarter than me.
Uh, so yeah, I also another question. Do
Sure.
you like watching other YouTube channels besides uploading? Do you
Oh,
watch
sure.
it? Yeah, yeah.
I actually always wish I had more time to watch more YouTube videos than I get to. Yeah. Yeah.
I,
Anything. I've always been into comedy. Anything that'll make me laugh, I'm there.
yeah, same with me. Well, what would you be like your favorite piece of comedy or like your favorite TV show or something like that? Comedy wise.
Ooh, boy, that's tough. I got actually, believe it or not, as far as TV goes, at 52 years old, my favorite thing is cartoons. I freaking
Nice.
love cartoons. I still watch Regular Show is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, I watched
Adventure
that.
Time,
Yeah,
and of course South Park is one of
yeah,
my all-time favorites. I'm a
yeah.
big animation nut. So, but anything that makes me laugh, any good comedian, any good comedy show, movie, TV, anything. If it makes me laugh, I'm there. I love Kevin Hart.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Also, what is your favorite YouTube channel that you've watched so far?
That would probably depend on what mood I'm in. You know what I feel like watching
Yeah,
now. If
yeah.
I feel like watching something with gaming that is funny and entertaining to me. It's for years it's been C Nanners. I think C Nanners is one of the few gaming commentators that just never ever gets old.
Yeah,
He's
I subscribe to him too.
he's
Yeah,
a funny guy. I really like him. I like KSI. I think KSI is really funny.
yeah, yeah.
But it all depends. A lot of times I'll log into YouTube and I'll see whoever just recently posted a video and I'll go to their channel on my subscriptions and just watch for a little bit.
Okay, okay, nice, nice. Okay, my well, like, what's your favorite like TV channel? Like, do you know Comedy Central or
Yeah,
Fox?
probably. Yeah, I call them the default channels. The way I look at it, I know what my favorite channels are because I'll click on the TV, and before you do anything else, you go to certain channels. And for me, that's Comedy Central. Depending on the time of year, if it's college football season, ESPN, and they're the top ones actually. Comedy Central is generally my most default place because there's always something good on there for the most part. I also like True TV because
Yeah,
I kind of like watching white trash people beat each other up and set each other on fire and stuff. So I like True
yeah,
TV. There's
yeah.
a lot of that.
Right. Oh, you can see all that in Detroit. I mean, yeah.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
Detroit. You don't have to turn on the TV. You look out the window. Yeah,
Right.
good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, my another question I have is that besides AI chatbots, what is your next favorite type of gaming type of gaming like
Oh,
genre?
actually, we're just today, as a matter of fact, we're getting because we have a gaming channel, but we hadn't been doing anything with it, and we're just getting it started back up. And today we did what the hell's that? Goat Simulator. That was funny. And I like anything that's
Yeah.
random and stupid, and I like the scary games.
Like
So
yeah.
it's I guess if I had to pick a specific title of all the gaming we've done, I love Happy Wheels.
Oh yeah, I played that before. My
Oh.
favorite one is the ones where you have to survive, like where they shoot harpoons into you, and you have
Yes.
to yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I
Right.
like that too. And I like taking out Weekend Dad there with Timmy on the back and having him destroy Timmy and stuff because I have mental issues and I
Yeah.
think that's really funny. So yeah, I love Happy Wheels.
Yeah, another person who does that, I don't know if you know him, but I think you do. It's PewDiePie.
Oh sure.
Yeah, 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 yeah. A lot of people know who he is. Right?
Yeah, I and I don't I didn't mention PewDiePie when I said it because I always tiptoe around this because there's so many PewDiePie haters out there, and I don't
Yeah.
understand that because he seems like a really nice kid, and certainly his videos are funny. It's just not necessarily my thing, but I can see why people like him. I don't see why he gets,
Right.
all the grief he gets. He's, he works hard at what he does. He entertains a lot of people. That's
Right.
all you can ask.
And if you anything to say to those haters, what would you say right now?
To whose haters?
Anybody, any haters in general. In
Well,
general.
my haters, I love them. I like when I get haters on the channel. I never let a hater comment go by because that's some of the most fun stuff. And haters generally, it's funny. The haters generally are borderline illiterate, so they immediately expose themselves to their weaknesses once they make a comment on your channel, and it's so easy to rip back at them. I should start doing some videos just of some of the conversations I've had with haters. It really makes me laugh. It's a lot of fun to mess with their heads.
Yeah, like you could do a new series called like Rage Trolling or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you
yeah.
troll other people.
Or
Yeah.
we get hate mail. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Another question I have is sorry, let me just get that. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What would be your favorite video game if you had one? Like just
Ooh.
in general, like it doesn't matter. Like just
It's
video game.
series. Actually, on Xbox, my favorites, I can tell you, I have 3 favorite series, and I hardly ever end up playing. Well, I do play Xbox indie games, but outside of them, it's the Call of Duty series, not necessarily in order, the Grand Theft Auto series, and the Saints Row series. Those are my favorites.
Yeah. Have you watched any of the GTA 5 like the playthroughs or
Oh,
mostly
sure.
yeah funny moments and stuff like that?
Yep, I love that stuff. I
Yeah.
love that. And again, now that we're starting the gaming channel up, I'm probably going to put some GTA 5 back up there again. Saints Row. We used to do a lot of Saints Row 3 videos because the Penetrator is my all-time favorite weapon in the history of any video game anywhere. And I think it says a lot about my mental capacity that I can be entertained for hours just running through the streets with a giant purple wang and beating people to death with it. And that actually entertains me for extended periods.
And the good thing about Saints Row is that you could just like there's really no way you can die. You just keep on like killing people, do all the combos you can. Weapons.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, and SPAZ Kid's always yelling at me. He's going, "Why don't you ever play the missions?" It's like, because I'm killing shit. I just want to go on killing sprees. I want to go on killing rampages.
Yeah.
And that's what that game is great for.
Yeah. Also, have you maybe you have noticed, maybe you haven't. A lot indie games are becoming more of hating comments. Like, have you heard of the Fez? That kind of channel, the Fez.
I don't think so. I don't think I'm familiar with that.
Anyway, it's like a 2D indie game, and it got a lot of hate from these like people, and the guy had to like take it down and like gave up on Fez.
Really?
Yeah, he just like left
See,
it.
that stuff never bothered me. Some of the most fun games I've ever played are like 2D games and
Yeah,
crappy graphic games and stuff. You know what's a good example of that? There's a group of indie game makers, and why it's terrible. Their name is gone on me right now. They made Silver Dollar Games. Now, I shouldn't say that because I want to say they're crappy games. They're not crappy games. They're very simplistic. It's things like Don't Be Nervous, Talking to Girls, and games like that. Those guys, they get so much hate, but the games they make are so funny because they're so well written. These guys have a wicked sense of humor.
Yeah, I don't understand that why people hate on like actually kind of decent good games. I mean,
I can only speak for myself, but as far as hating in general, and any of you guys out there that know me from the channel, you know this isn't necessarily the case. I'm not like a touchy-feely, happy guy. I'm a happy guy, not trying to spread joy to the world. But I don't believe in hate from myself. If I see something on YouTube or a game I don't like, I move on. What's the sense in hassling somebody and going and saying, hey, this sucks? If I think it sucks, I'll just keep it to myself and I'll go do something else. That, I guess, to each his own. I don't know. To me, if you see something, and trust me, I know like my content's not for everybody, but if you come in and watch one of my videos and you think it sucks, to me, there's something that's a little bit broken in you. When instead of just saying, "Oh, this is terrible, I want to go watch something I like," you feel the need to take the time to stop and express how bad it is.
Yeah, make people feel bad and stuff like that. It's not
well, and in my case, don't get me wrong, I don't want to discourage it because again, I love haters. I genuinely do. It's so much fun responding to them, but it's just not something I get.
Right? Yeah. It's just like I guess people have nothing really else to do in their life to just instead of hate on other people.
Yeah, sometimes I think it is. Whenever I get those comments, I just picture like some 37-year-old dude still living in his mom's basement who only takes a few minutes of his day away from looking at illegal porn to come over and comment on videos. That's the whole take I always get.
Yeah, yeah. On your channel, what is your favorite gaming, your favorite series in gaming on your channel that you made?
Oh boy. Either Facade or Don't Be Nervous Talking to Girls. Facade is fun too because that's the one. For any of you who don't know, that's the one where you go into this couple's apartment and they're having troubles and you try and break them up. And the dude in the relationship trip is a real douche. And I used to love torture him, seeing how much I could get away with before he threw me out. Yeah, it's Facade's fun.
Okay. Another thing I have to ask you is that I see that you have like 3 videos of a series called like Old White Man Does Reading. You know that one?
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, are you gonna be doing more of that stuff, or are you just like ending the series there?
No, I'll do more of it. It's the what I did with the channel was we have our set days where we do Omegle, set days where we do the chatbots, and Sundays are live streams. But the other days of the week, I just throw in random stuff, and it could be the old white man dramatic readings, it could be prank calls, could be anything like that. So more old white man dramatic readings. I just don't know for sure which days they'll fit in. As soon as
Yeah.
I find a song that I think is really cool and appropriate for it, it'll definitely be back.
Yeah. Um, my next question for you is, like, where do you get like what kind of thing do you get your games from? Do you like go and buy, or do you use like Steam or GameStop, or what do you use to get your
Actually, a little
games?
bit of everything. We do shop a lot. We do a lot at GameStop because, of course, we get the rewards card, and you can get some decent. If you do all your buying there, you can get some really cool benefits and discounts and things like that. So for our console gaming, we buy mostly from GameStop, but we do. We Braxton and I, SPAZ Kid and I, both have Steam on our computer, so we do a lot of Steam gaming. As a matter of fact, the 2 games we're playing right now for the gaming channel, the Goat Simulator and Outlast are both Steam games. So we do a little bit of everything.
So I don't know if you might not know this, but where I live, there's like games from GameStop and stuff. They're becoming like this. You can't really buy games unless they're new. It's like PC games are becoming extinct in GameStop, kind of. Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
go buy them from Steam and that. But it really gets me
Yep.
mad because, like, you buy like how do I say this? Like, I got like a $10 certificate for
Uh-huh.
for a game. I went to GameStop looking for a PC game, and it turns
Uh,
out there wasn't like they didn't have any, and like, not
nope.
at all. What do you
Spaz
feel
Kid and I
about this?
noticed the same thing. We went in one time and we're picking something up for the Xbox. I don't even remember what. And I said, hey, let's see if they got any good PC games, just for giggles. And like you say, there are none. It's like Steam has muscled everybody out,
Yeah,
and I think GameStop just saw that I think the markup and the profit margin is too much bigger on the console games, so they just kind of gave up on PC games.
right. And what do you think is gonna happen to GameStop in the future? Because like on the Xbox, they have like an app store. Like PS3, I don't know what they have for that, but like they might come up with something similar to that. Do you think
I
GameStop is gonna die out soon in the
It's
future?
possible.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be soon, only because as long as used games are viable, I think
right.
GameStop stays viable. If they remember how at the beginning when they were first setting up the parameters for Xbox One, they said you weren't going to be able to play used games on it.
Yeah, yeah,
That could have almost killed GameStop, I think. But as long as used games are viable, they'll be good for a while. But like you say, you know what? If a dozen years ago, if somebody had said, "What do you think the future is of DVD rental stores?" Everybody would say, "Oh, they're going to be around forever. Everybody's got to have their movies." Well, where do you see a DVD rental store
like
anymore?
Blockbuster and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Blockbuster was a major, one of the biggest chains in America, and they're done.
yeah.
So,
I love
so you're
Blockbuster
right.
too.
It could happen. I mean, everybody could get to where they want to just download their content. They don't want to go to the stores, and when that happens, then it's all over for GameStop.
Right. What would be like, for example, if you could like, you watch skits, right, on YouTube? Do you watch
Oh,
skits?
sure,
Yeah,
love them.
yeah. What would be like your favorite skit channel? Like this Smosh and all those people. Like, what
I
do
was
you
gonna say I,
think?
I used to like Smosh a lot. We have a guy. We have a guy that watches our videos. Is a member of our community at CTSG. I think his skits are hilarious. It's Muson Man. It's MUSSONMAN. He's funny than hell. I have a really soft spot for randomness humor. I just like things that are randomly funny, and he is. So I watch everything he puts out. I still watch Smosh occasionally. Um, I think Smosh went through a period where, and it happens a lot. I was fortunate when I came into YouTube because I've been doing stand up. By the time I got into YouTube, I had been in stand up for over 25 years. So I'm comfortable with doing comedy, period. And it
Yeah,
takes a while to get your feet wet. And I think what happened with Smosh was they are funny, always were, but they had a few great ideas at the beginning, and then they got to a stage where they tried to push stuff out even when they didn't have a good idea. And I think they've gotten by that again. So now I
right,
watch
right.
again.
Also, I'm just wondering, but do you have an editor? Because as you see, like,
Yes.
yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Do you?
the editing software.
No, do you have like someone who edits it for you? Or
Oh, no, no,
no?
no! I do it all
Yeah,
myself.
same. Because like
Yep.
as you can see, like Smosh and all those bigger YouTubers, it seems like they don't have enough time to edit their own videos. So instead, they hire other people
Yeah.
to do it for them, and I don't like that in my
I don't
opinion
either.
because like it kind of ruins the whole thing about like do it yourself and all that stuff. You
I
too.
agree with you 100%. And that
Right?
would never happen for me because
Yeah, me neither.
things like, well, a good example would be the Omegle videos. Now, of course, on Omegle, you're spending a lot of your time just cutting out all the anchors and stuff when you edit it. But somebody else, if I go on Omegle for half an hour, I might only get a 6 minute video of stuff that I think is funny enough to put out there for you
Yeah,
guys.
right.
So I don't want somebody else making those decisions for me. So I'll always be handling my own editing.
Yeah, same with me. Okay. Do you watch like top tens, like for example, a top 10, comedy movies or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you know
Love.
who WatchMojo.com are? Do you know those people?
Oh, I've been on Mojo many times. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What do you think would be your favorite series, like top 10 movies, like that kind of series, like in the movie series, or like what do you
Uh,
think would be your favorite top 10?
I don't even.
I mean, it's
Hmm.
thousands, but like would
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't
right.
even think. I don't
Uh,
even think I could pin that down to one. Yeah, because I'll watch. I'll put that in a search. If
yeah.
I'm in the mood to watch them, I just put in. Um, Say I want to. I'm looking to watch a comedy movie. I'll put in top movie comedies 2014, and then I'll just go to everybody that shows up in Google.
Right. Yeah. Also, do you think, what is your opinion on the fact that since it's been a while now, but like YouTube has been really strict on their copyright rights, and
Yep.
they've been like taking down a lot of other people's videos,
Well, what
and
happened there was,
yeah,
and it took a while to figure it all out. That's why we stopped publishing at the gaming channel for a little bit to see what was going on.
like,
But what they did was YouTube installed an automated feature that every video that's uploaded gets matched against this feature that has a list of copyrighted material. And
like,
if anything comes close to it, it automatically got dinged. And that's why there were literally thousands of copyright strikes went out against gaming channels.
like,
Well, YouTube themselves has sent everybody emails, and they're refining the system. They're trying to make it, and it is more friendly now. I mean,
yeah, it was
I
like
like
really
the
bad.
fact that it was unusual for Google/YouTube to do. They kind of admitted that they screwed up the rollout. So it's gotten better now, and I understand it. That's why on my channel, when it was all gaming, you never saw any trailers or cutscenes, because just having had in my life, I've had to deal with copyright law a lot and the things I've been involved with, and I know those were actionable items. At least if you're playing the game and you're putting your own commentary over it, you got a leg to stand on. But
Uh,
they were hitting those hard. If you had cutscenes or trailers in, they were binging you.
yeah, for example, also like my one of my favorite game reviewers, Angry Joe. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, he like like a lot of his videos got like completely took down because
Yep,
he like was doing reviewing and showing cutscenes and all that. Like pretty much ruined a lot of his videos,
yep,
which
it
is a
did.
shame because I mean I don't see how you can. It's copyright for someone reviewing your games and like telling you what they think about it, like opinion wise.
Well, you can do it, but only in small snippets.
Right.
Legally,
Yeah.
see if they had the whole trailer in there, then they get in trouble. If they had kept it to 15 seconds or so, they could get away with it. Well, you did you hear about what happened to oh my goodness, uh the and his name's gone out of my head. I hate, that's terrible. His real name is Kyle. He did Omegle videos.
No.
Um, Oh my gosh, why can't I think of the name of his original channel? But anyway, he had over 2 million subscribers
Wow.
doing the Omegle trolling, and they canned his channel on him. They
Wow.
took it right and it was all because, and I believe him. He said it was because he had misleading tags. And what he did was he said he had made some videos where he talked about Miley Cyrus, so on and so forth. So Miley Cyrus was in the tags. Well, when he made future videos, he just copied and pasted from that original one, forgot they were still in there, and he'd already had several strikes, so YouTube canned a 2 million plus subscriber channel.
Wow. So he can't make any more videos. Is it like he's done
He
for?
went to his backup channels
Right.
and he's making around that. Fortunately, he had other channels that he used, and now he puts all his content on them. And he had like 500,000 subscribers even on his backup channel. So fortunately, he still had that to fall back on. But yeah, his main channel is gone.
Yeah, it's a
It's
shame what
done.
happens to
It
YouTubers like
is.
that.
He's a nice kid too. Just had him and his wife just had a baby and stuff. I felt bad for him.
Right, right, right. Also, like if you do you like horror, any type of horror in general?
Of what?
Horror.
Horror? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't get to watch like horror movies and stuff much anymore because my wife hates them.
yeah,
She's terrified of them. So usually, if we're sitting down to watch a movie, it's together. So I don't get to see them like I used to when I was younger. I watched every one that came out.
yeah, yeah.
But now, like the horror games and stuff, I love.
Right, right. If you could like make a horror game, like what kind of type of a game would it be?
I like
Like,
jump scares.
yeah.
I like jump scare game. The one that surprised me the most is Slendy Tubbies. I thought that was going to be stupid as hell, but the jump scares in Slendy Tubbies are sick.
I know
Yeah.
even when you're watching a video and you're not even playing the game, it's still like you have the eerie feeling in you. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. You get that feeling of being watched, of something about to happen. Yeah, I love that. Yep,
Right.
I do.
So who do you use as your game reviewer? Like you know what game to get by like you reviewing?
As far as what now?
Like, okay, sorry about that.
That's
How
okay.
do how do you know what games to get? Like, how do you review them, and do you
A
like
lot.
go to a
The
channel?
fortunate thing is, actually now with having the channel, a lot of what I do comes right from the comments in the channel. Because the guys at CTSG, our community, have all have games they like, and so they'll recommend them to me, and that's how I find most everything we do now. Just
Right,
like
right.
Goat Simulator. Everybody kept telling me about Goat Simulator and how stupid and funny it was, so I had to try it.
Yeah,
So that's where I get most of it.
yeah. I heard it came out like a couple days ago, something like that.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
Goat Simulator's funny as hell.
yeah. I've watched like a lot of videos. There's lots of glitches, and what I like about indie gamers and stuff like that is that they keep the good glitches in there.
I love
Yeah.
that. Yep, that's one of the reasons I like indie games. Yep, I love the fact that you get your head stuck in the wall and you just have to restart the game because it just glitched out. Yeah.
But and do you think that like indie games are gonna die out, or do you think that they'll still live on? Because as you can see, like big corporations like Ubisoft and EA
Yep.
Games and all those
Nope.
companies.
I don't think they'll ever kill off indie games just because for every indie game developer that maybe goes mainstream or what have you, there's always talented people behind that have a really good idea. So I think indie games will live forever. I don't
Yeah,
think you'll
so
ever stop them.
right, right. I love indie games because like it's new and it's like innovative and it's just
And
different.
it's made by people. I just like the idea of playing a game that's made by some dude with a lot of talent who's just sitting in at his computer trying to get the same audience that Call of Duty and their $20 million advertising budget is trying to get, and I like that. I like the people, the underdogs like that.
Right, right, right. Oh yeah. Like, what do you think in like pop culture this day? What do you think is the worst thing that people have like done, kind of that have like changed the world? I guess you could say. It's a hard thing
Ooh,
because like there's been a lot of things happening these last couple of years, and what do you think troubles you the most?
I don't know. I think sometimes what bothers me is there, especially here in America, they talk about political correctness, and the reason political correctness bothers me is not because I think people should be mean to each other. It's just the opposite. I think that political correctness has taken the place of simple, basic courtesy.
Right,
And I think they're so worried about, hey, don't say that about somebody because he's gay, or don't say that about somebody because he's whack. No, it's don't say that about somebody because it's just not nice.
right, right.
And
Yeah,
it just seems like when you start taking specific groups, it takes away from that overall structure of let's just be halfway decent to each other.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I guess that's what bothers me. There's just not I I of course I was a professional wrestler for many years. And in the pro wrestling business, the most important thing, the thing that I always taught kids in wrestling school from day one is respect. You
Right,
respect each other because you got each other's health in your hands. I would just like to see more respect in the world. I
right.
guess
Yeah,
that'd be it for
yeah.
me.
Yeah, because like one time when I was in soccer,
Mhm.
someone like rammed into me and I broke my toe. And the funny thing is, like actually no, sorry, that's a bad example. But another time when this kid fell down, I helped him up, which is like everybody was wondering why I did that because we were so close to scoring a goal. But eventually, like I knew it was for the right reason, and I knew it should have been done. Right? Yeah.
Absolutely. I
Right.
agree with you.
Yeah.
You got to prioritize things. Absolutely. I agree
Right.
with that. And I'm the type that I won't go into any situation looking to disrespect someone.
Right.
I always go in maybe a little bit optimistically, hoping that this is going to be somebody that I'm going to enjoy talking to, so on and so forth. And then if they give me a reason to believe otherwise, then I'm willing to jump on that bandwagon.
Right. Yeah. You
But
always give someone a chance, right? Yeah.
absolutely, I think so.
Right. Also, hmm, actually, to end the video here, what do you think? Like, just tell us a story from when you were younger, like kindergarten, like grade school, high school, somewhere around there. Just give a story,
Oh my gosh. Um,
like wackiest story or something like that.
One of the funniest stories I ever had was when I was in high school, when I first started high school. My thing in school was I was always, again, it was a respect thing. I was never a bad kid, and I never got it. And again, just my own thing. I never got into drugs, never got into drinking, anything
Right.
like that. What I like to do was get into fights. Now, when I say that, I don't believe in bullies. I never bullied anybody. If I got in a fight with somebody, it was somebody else who also enjoyed fighting.
Right.
Well, one day we were sitting in a study hall, and a kid I knew from school, I didn't know him really well. His name was Keith Pierce. He come I was sitting by myself at a table. He come over and he was really, really nervous. And Keith was really a funny kid. He was a little bit goofy, you know, a loner,
Right.
and he's certainly not a fighter. And he was all upset. And he says, "Can I sit here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sit here. I don't care." He goes, "Man," he goes, "I don't know what I'm going to do." I says, "What's your problem?" He says, "Victor." And Victor was the local tough guy in the school. Victor and Steve was Victor's little toad, are
Mhm.
going to kick my ass. I said, "Why?" He goes, "I don't know. They just don't like me." So long story short, I said, "All right." So I walk out, and Victor and I had never had issue with each other. So we go walking out. The study hall gets over, and in this school, there was stairways, and there was like a little area underneath the stairways, like a little cubby you could stand in. Sure enough, Victor and Steve pop out on this Keith and start giving him a hard time. And I say, "Hey, leave him alone. This is not bothering anybody." Victor says it's none of your business, blah, blah. I said, "You know what? Stop being a douchebag and leave the kid alone." Well, now they decided they didn't like me. So again, I don't want to drone on too long for your
That's fine.
viewers,
It's fine. It's fine.
but so the first one that decided was going to make an issue of it was this Steve. Now Steve was, like I say, Victor's toady boy, but he was a big fat round kid. So we're out at phys ed one day. Steve comes up, boom, he shoves me from behind. I turn around and punch him right in the face, and he like staggered back, and I didn't get him full on. When I swung, I just caught like just clipped him on the chin,
Right.
and he looked like he wasn't sure what he wanted to do, and so he like, do I want to fight? Do I not want to fight? And I think he saw other kids watching, so he felt like he had to fight. So he came in at me, and when he did, I plowed a boot right in his gut. I'm waiting for the fight. Instead of the fight, he fell on the ground and he's crying. I thought,
Wow.
"Dude, are you kidding me? You're really crying right now?" So anyway, I got in trouble for that. Blah blah blah. I thought it was the end of it. Our gym teacher, his name was Tim Snyder. I loved the man. He was a great guy, and all we did is bust each other's balls. He used to love to make us do to wrestle in gym just so he could twist me up and stuff. And we used to bust each other's ass constantly. So isn't it a week later, Victor decides that he's going to take up the fight. We're going out to phys ed. He gets in my face. We started fighting. Well, needless to say, I lost. Victor's winning. He was way tougher than I thought. I gave it to him good for a little while. Victor gets on top. Bam, bam. He's jacking me up. And I'm looking, and as I'm covering up, I can see our gym teacher, Snyder, standing over there, and he's just kind of looking, watching. And I'm like, "Dude, you're a teacher. Break this shit up." So
Wow.
finally he comes over. He pulls Victor off of me, and I said, "Snitsky," because that's what I call him. I always said, "You're
Yeah.
Polish." I said, "Snitsky, what the hell took you so long?" He goes, "Well, I didn't want to jump in there too fast. You might have made a comeback." He goes, which meant he wanted to see me get punched. But
Uh,
it was just one of those funny things. And then it was like I must have given as good as I got in the fight before Victor took over because he really didn't want any more to do with it. Because the one day we were in a study hall and we crossed paths, and he like puffed his chest at me and I said, "Victor," I said, I'll go with you every time you want." I said, "I'll guarantee you're not winning every one of them. If you want to go again, let's go again." And that was, we never talked again. He just went his way, I went mine.
uh, uh,
But my favorite part was still looking. I can still remember getting punched in the face, covered up, and seeing Snyder standing over there watching me, going, "Huh, that's pretty cool."
well, I also have like a quick story. It's not really a story, but it's still kind of funny. So when I was in September in school, when like
Mhm.
just began, we had to take this like some kind of test to see if kids were like taking drugs or lying about stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, and like we had to do this thing was like, did you sniff glue and like how often did you do it for? It was like all these weird things like, do you take heroin or do you take marijuana? And I was like, what the heck? And at the end, the last question asked, are you lying about all of this?
So, that's ridiculous. So if you were lying before, they think you're going to come clean with the last question, right? Yeah, you
Yeah,
got me. I was lying. See,
yeah,
they wouldn't want to give me that questionnaire in school. That wouldn't be good because I would have had a blast with that.
but
If they
yeah,
asked me if are you taking cocaine, I would have written, "Do you have any?" and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to interview you here. Thank you so
Well,
much, Curtis, for letting me
thank
interview.
you.
Yeah,
That was fun, Alex.
yeah, and guys, please like and leave a comment below. Thank you, guys, and
Absolutely
bye.
do it.